All right, and we begin. So, where you guys left off? What, 4 weeks ago? 3 weeks
Something
ago?
like that.
Something like that.
Or like
Uh,
6 weeks
Summary.
ago.
Yeah, 16 weeks ago. When was COVID? I don't know.
A great virus spread along the land.
Caused a lot of damage, and that's why all
The
these bugs
Orange King would not bow before it.
That's a different storyline, though.
Oh, no.
I appreciate this. Okay, so you guys were sent on a mission. Tom, Tillian, Cal, Tor. You guys were all sent into Dillon Forest to locate one Skilfra, no last name, a member, the records keeper, who was sent to the excavation site or the area around to take notes and to bear witness to the things that were going on there. Multiple groups had been sent in to retrieve them when they were not heard from again. To no avail. The only person who had made it out alive was Solomon. He has not said a word to you guys, but it was eager to get back here. Word on the street was that his daughter was one of the missing people that went in, and from previous events. You guys made your way through the left Arius after a bit of time at the bazaar. Said your goodbyes, went to Dillon Forest, got there, had a bit of a run-in after hooking up with Solomon. Vlora turned out to be attacked by a displacer beast, which you guys found out. You guys fought what you think are 2 of those, and you were successful in defeating them. And then you were given instruction by Solomon that there was a fork in the road up ahead, and on one road led to a excavation site, which you were assuming might give you guys some answers as to what happened there. And the other path you were told leads to the abbey, the temple. It's an old monastery that was being used as a headquarters. It used to be used by the Stygians. They're like a religious order that is no longer that's no longer their home base of operations, but it was still being used for whatever purposes were going on out here, to house workers and stuff like that. You come upon this excavation site. You see a lot of dead bodies, a lot of skulls. You see a statue with a headless statue in front of the what looks to be some sort of doorway that leads to nowhere. Where the door would typically be, you see this sheen of black glass, some sort of stone that looks to be polished. Looks like black glass. You can see yourself in it. As you guys were investigating, you saw the dead bodies that were beheaded and skinned. And that's kind of where you guys came in. Like, you saw the statue go on the ground. There were three skulls that were closer to the statue. And so one looked like some sort of kind of a humanoid experiment. Not really sure what to make of that. One was a stone head of, looks like a giant baby, and then a demonic skull-looking head that's a little bigger than the rest of the skulls that you see lying around. It looks like it might be one of the only ones that would fit on this. The other 2 do look like are about the same size, but the one that is a baby's head is a different color of stone than the stone that it seems to be made out of. So, in your investigations, you did hear. When you pulled out I believe somebody pulled out the dark glass that you guys got at the bazaar, and you were getting interference, and you were hearing things through the device and seeing a face that came in and out of the, you could see it on the handheld piece of glass that you had. As you walked around, got closer to the statue, in between the statue and the doorway, and you would hear intermittent text, but someone who identified themselves as Skilfra. So that's where you guys are at. Kel, you picked up the humanoid-looking experiment head because it seems to be familiar to you. And we'll go from there.
All right. So, what does the statue look like? Like besides like humanoid?
It looks like some sort of weird carving. Looks very old. It is some sort of a warrior statue. It looks to be humanoid, but there are bits and pieces of it that are kind of chipped off and missing through the wear of time. But missing a head. So it looks like some sort of armored statue of some sort. Maybe some sort of protector of this gate, whatever this is. But it seems to be the same.
What did the glass say again? What do we get from the glass?
You couldn't really make it out. All you heard was the word Skilfra. So when there was communication, so you weren't sure if they were saying they were Skilfra. That's what you thought that they were saying. It was a female voice.
Okay. A female voice.
Looking for a female.
Okay. Tor, you want to do any history checks on any of this stuff? Is that
I
a thing we can do?
A good history check, just because if you want to know the past, present, and the future, you need to know history. But don't take it too early in the morning, because you won't study and forget where you put everything. And sorry, buttons.
I'm trying to keep like a DM's demeanor of not responding to anything. Trying to give you guys the rule of the land. So
let's see.
Ooh, nice. So so you're making a history check on what exactly? Like, what would you like to? The whole thing, the whole situation,
kind of the whole situation. What's the general past vibe here?
Okay. You can't tell anything about its origin. You can't tell anything about like the architectural like layout of everything, the way that the carvings, the ruins, the runes that are inlaid everywhere. You don't recognize it. It seems foreign to you. And by foreign, not just like from another land, just from like something you've never seen before. You can tell through your history check that it's at least 200 years old.
It's ancient.
But you would say more like
young, ancient. Like if you were freshly born, it's pretty damn old.
It's had some wear on it, but let's say I said 200. It's 2,000 years old.
Oh, 2,000.
Sorry.
Okay, that
Sorry.
slightly older.
I've been in buildings that are 200 years old. Not a big deal.
A newborn vampire, if you will.
Yeah. A couple thousand years old. You know, Jesus built it.
He's a good carpenter.
Who knew he did stonework?
Really good.
Dabbled in some stonework there.
So you can gather that it's very, very old. It's been here for at least 2,000 years. That's what you're placing it at, which would be accurate.
And I forget, I can't read. I don't have my notes. What's happening with Kendall? Is he conscious, unconscious? He got dragged here, right?
Kendall was healed by Tor, mended by Tillian, and Tor basically kind of helped put Kendall back together again. Kendall's good. You guys have had your long rest. So Kendall's totally fine. Solomon kind of seems to be frantically looking at all of the bodies, like he's looking for something.
Can I talk to Solomon and ask him what he's looking for?
You can try.
I'd like to ask Solomon what he's looking for. Is he over here?
Solomon is, yes, he's the only one in here that doesn't have like a little circle, which I know that's confusing, but sorry.
I found him anyway.
Yeah. So he's kind of like, he's not really paying you much mind. He seems to be on a mission, and he's really ignoring most of you. The whole entire trip, he just seems like he's not been here with or for you guys. He's been here for himself.
Yeah.
Not in a selfish way, but just he's got other motives for being here.
That's all I got from him. Okay. Can we investigate this giant statue here, or can I investigate it?
You guys already did. Go ahead.
I was gonna ask.
We did. Oh, we did already. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I look at the neck,
Okay,
like where the head is severed, what does it look like there? Is it
It looks so because it's old and it's worn, it looks to be the same age as the doorway, whatever we're gonna call it, the temple, like a temple doorway, right? That's what we're gonna, because it kind of that's what it looks like. You look at this statue and it seems to fairly closely match in age as far as the wear, and this would have been picked up by Tor's history check as well. So you do notice though at the head where it seems to be broken off, you can't really tell if it was snapped off or if it's got jagged edges, but they're a little smoother than you'd expect for a stone to be crumbled and then even worn down. So you do notice two small, like equidistant metal tongs that are kind of jutting out of the neck.
Do I recognize that? Something I've dealt with before?
Not necessarily that you've dealt with before, but why don't you do a history check? Okay.
15.
You would get this feeling that it's something similar. Like it doesn't. It's like one of those things that are. It's familiar, but you can't put your finger on it.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of which, like as you're doing that, you kind of are holding this head in your hand, and one of your fingers grazes across like a hole in the bottom of the head, and you kind of, it triggers like a memory. Like you're like, wait, maybe, and maybe there's some sort of connecting element here between that head that you have in your hand and the one that the statue that's there.
Okay. I'm gonna hold on to that for a minute.
Okay.
While our cleric walks around upside down.
It's how I focus.
he's walking around on his hands, and his, did you say you have a tail or no? I know that's not.
I do have a
Yeah.
tail.
Canon,
He has a
but
tail.
in my world, dragonborns have tails if they want. Okay, so you're able to, yeah, you can do that. You can walk around on your hands if you want and balance with your tail.
And we examined the bodies already, right? We didn't get anything.
Yeah, you guys saw the bodies. There's really nothing there that would help you identify them, but they do look like they're fairly fresh. Solomon seems a little bit more interested in them than anybody else because, gross dead bodies, whatever, that's not cool.
So
Is this an interesting skull or just another skull that just happens to have horns?
It's to you, you would probably, you're familiar with, demonic entities and bodies, things like relics, things like that. So you're familiar with seeing stuff like this, but it is odd that it's here. It just seems like this is not the type of place you would necessarily see or be familiar with. Like, you've never heard of demonic, entities being in any forest, much less Dillon Forest, other than like, woodland type creatures that are they're born and they live there. They're there to protect things.
Could I maybe like do a perception check,
Sure,
being
sure.
like, where
Have an
this
investigation.
came from?
Oh, that's fine. That's 19.
I can always go to investigation if I need.
Yes.
Investigate.
All right, you are. Hold on. That's not what I wanted. Hold on. I had this up and I closed it. Come on.
What?
it's funnier to watch Jason do it in real life. When it's just audio, it's
Yep,
like,
yep,
but
yep.
watch
You're
watch
like,
him work.
What's going on?
It's,
Oh, it's so scary. Oh, no.
Initiating.
And then you see like, then you're like, the terror is in his eyes. Hold on, wait. Is that lines of
Preparing
code? What is this?
While
I always figured it's like, cabin in the woods behind the scenes. You're
Yes.
like, okay, what monster do I want?
Hold on. Wait a minute.
You're really gonna love this one. Smells like lotion.
while Tor is checking out this skull, I'm gonna kind of just like wander over here, like I'm gonna go check out these bodies.
There we go. I got it.
And,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna let you do your thing real quick.
Okay. So, Tor, your investigation reveals that this is actually some sort of a malformed gnoll, like a gnoll, Knoll.
Oh,
It's a type of beast.
yeah, like dogs.
Beastie.
Like dog-looking
that's
things?
That's like kobolds, but I mean, kind of. You're thinking more World of Warcraft, but yeah, I mean similar. They're like a hyena beast, but the skull has like
Knolls, right?
it has like these horns kind of coming out, and you're not sure if it was like some sort of like mouse-shaped head. So it doesn't, to you, with your experience and your investigation, it's more likely that this is not a demon to you. So
Okay.
it's more of a
Strange.
material plane based.
I'd like to, inside of my head, what's the word? Rictavio?
Oh
Rictavio!
no! Shoot, I forgot all about that. Oh.
Yes.
I'm
let's
Rictavio.
do Rictavio.
I'm Rictavio, yes.
I'm Rictavio.
Like,
I'm
so,
Rictavio. I can't do it when you watch. I can't do Rictavio very much.
You need like a bobblehead, like I am Rictavio.
Yes.
so
You
I'll
require
be
my
like-
services.
so it's been a while since I've had to do this before,
So long.
but there's a way to kind of control these things, right? As I'm looking at this head.
What are you talking about? Put me closer. Put me inside his mouth.
Look. Turn, look behind me real quick. Make sure nobody's watching. And I'm gonna like crouch down like I'm checking out this body, and I'm gonna hold the face like real close to my head.
Okay. To your head? He
Yeah,
says,
like right in front of me.
oh, no. I need you to put me in his mouth. Put your finger with the ring
Oh,
inside his mouth.
okay. All right. Okay.
Further. I need to go further. That's good.
Tor gradually approaches and just stares.
And so he's like, oh yes, oh my, it's slightly different, but very close to resembling the early models. Something's different about this though. Rudimentary.
Does that mean it's easier to change?
It would be less sophisticated, I would say. Stronger from the looks of it though.
Okay. Then I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go back over towards the statue. And in front of it.
Okay.
Alright, and I'm gonna like kinda like say to the rest of the group, I have an idea. This might get dangerous. Really dangerous, so I need everybody to be ready. To get in a good spot. Okay.
I'm ready.
All right.
You notice that Tillian is kind of like not paying attention to you. And is examining this doorway way closer.
I'm gonna take one hard look at Tillian and kind of like try to assess what's going on over there before I do anything else.
She seems to be investigating the doorway. She seems to be with purpose, but she does have her swords out. So
Okay.
maybe this is where she's deciding to take her position.
All right. I'm like, okay. And then I'm gonna line it up on the little peg things. And then I'm gonna quickly consult with Rictavio again. Like, so
Oh yes, that's good.
just plug it in or what?
Hey, plug it in.
All right. And then I'll set the head down on the little rods.
You hear a 2 clicks, and it kind of seems to go into place. You see the pieces of the neck that were like the jagged edges, they line up perfectly, and it does seem to make like this seamless kind of a wrap around the neck, and it does seem like it matches up, and it looks like the head is newer than the rest of this, and the head doesn't seem to be made out of stone, so it's kind of weird that this is matching up. But nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Well,
I'm gonna look around, the rest of the body, like if anything changed on it that I didn't, notice, or a glow or cracks or anything like that.
While you're doing your investigation, as you approach, you do your little circle around. You notice that Tillian was pointing like a sword, like in a ready position, but wasn't really, alerting you or anything. She she's her sword in one hand, keeps one out at the ready, and then kind of like takes her hand and kind of pushes it up onto the dark glass, as if she sees something. And just before you hear her say something, a whimper comes out of her mouth and says, "Mother," and then she absorbs into the glass and she disappears. And as that happens, I don't know what you're laughing at.
I'm shocked.
As that happens, simultaneously, it's as if something activates in the statue, and the stone begins to try, like, kind of crumble away, and the jagged edges where there was a seamless edge connecting, it becomes one, like as if it's absorbing it, and as it sheds the scale of this like false stone that was on it, this statue seems to come alive a little bit, and a like little piece of the armor pops open and has like a few knobs and a little display that looks like it's made out of dark glass, and it says something in Elvish.
I speak Elvish.
Perfect.
As do I.
All right. So you see the words Arta and off. Almost like somebody had used common and Elvish to whatever they did to make this work. It's there, but it's like glowing like runes.
Okay. Well, I only got two choices. Off seems pointless.
So you're gonna click the one that says Arta?
Yeah.
Okay. So it kind of straightens itself up, like it's in like it's booting up, and you hear like gears and things turning, and like whirring things are kind of like starting to get going, but it's not moving, it's not doing anything else. And then a new set of prompts come on, and it says Ella, Wankareth, Aegis, Okal, and Kerr. And to you know that this means attack, make war, protect, shield, or spell. Which one do you pick?
Protect.
Protect. Okay. So you click
Those
that
options are good.
You click that button. The eyes turn on. They glow red. They seem to train right on your face, and it seems like it's scanning you, and it's trying to you hear a bunch of like clicks and whistles and things going off inside of the head part. And as that finishes up, it grinds to a halt, and it becomes sentient, and it says, "What do you say, Ginger?" I'm sorry. Well, yeah. Why don't you say your name?
Name's Ani.
Ani.
Welcome to the game. So,
Ani.
you would, Ani, you would sense a deep-seated
Ani.
line of code that is telling you that these are people that wish you no harm and that you feel a strong you need to protect them. Like you feel like you need to protect everybody, but especially Kel, who is directly in front of you. So whoever is standing in front of you is who you need to protect, or at least help achieve any goals.
Dope. So I mean, before you'd see kind of like breaking out of the stone, I don't know. Did you set a like height for the statue already, or?
No, I mean you can say whatever because it would have been changed magically to fit whatever you want. So you can describe your character. It's fine.
It'd be like 6'5" humanoid, but like all metal. The face would look very concave, like a skull. And then you would see a shimmer and a more humanoid face, like flesh colored, like a pretty much matching the tone that Kel has, except he would also have just a black loose shirt on as part of the spell, just some like standard, pants, and then naturally a coat that looks oddly like a leather, trench coat.
Sure, makes sense. But what did you have on before that shimmer happens and you magically transform into Ani? What did your statue look like it had on it?
There would also be a necklace hanging around. In the there'd be like this symbol that looked like a half skull, half machine type thing, and then there'd be a piece of the dark glass, or what would look like the dark glass, I guess.
Right.
Would be represented in the eyes and the mouth of this symbol. And
So hold on one
I
second.
think we have a picture of it. Hold on.
Yeah, I forgot to put that in here.
Picture.
There it is.
I thought that wait.
Chad.
What? So he's sent it in the Discord. So if you guys want to take a look at the Discord, that's the symbol that is on your armor, or that was on this necklace.
That's just on the necklace, so
Okay.
it's hanging like a medallion. That would still be visible through the now, I guess, more human looking versus machine looking.
Oh, cool.
What would be like a spell.
Nice.
And before that, you would have caught like hints of like what looked like chainmail that were weaved into the chest and everything like that, signifying that there was armor there.
So basically what's happened is, and those of you who are magic users would have recognized this immediately because you saw it happen when it happened, but basically some sort of a minor illusion spell has happened that seems a little more permanent, and it is transforming their look to be better at blending in if it was a robot, apparently. So.
And then there's a shield and a long sword across the back.
Which you would see. Those are there, right? Like those are, yeah.
Yep.
So cool.
Yeah, and everything would be like flesh-wise, colors, stuff like that would be more to match sort of like what Kel is representing, just to thinking that, this is who I'm going to be protecting. I want to kind of look like them. And
Cool. I like it. Kel, what do you guys do with this?
Glad that worked.
Wait.
Huh.
Hold on.
thank you.
Kindle gets right up in your face, and he's like, "What is this? I ain't never seen nothing like this before. Are you? Who turned you into this? Who did it? Was it the hags?" You have no memory of how you got here. You have no memory of where you come from. All you know is protect, no attack.
I protect.
I protect. You protect. What does that even mean? What the shit is even that?
well, and I look, kind of like, I wonder if it still opens, and I kind of like try to like open the chest part that I had knobs in it.
Nope, it's completely shut, and you can't. You actually, whenever you touch him,
Never mind.
it's like the body is real, but it's very hard. Like it's like it's not. It doesn't feel like flesh. It just is the shape of flesh, right? It's the shape of what he looks like, but it's hard, extra hard.
Thank you.
One might say.
Thank you.
I got you, boo.
So,
Kindle's just examining it back and forth, up and down, getting
you
crazy.
remember those evil robots I was talking about?
And Kindle stops looking at Ani and looks back at you like, what?
Not you. You weren't there.
Yeah, I know. I wanna be there.
So Kel, is this one of the robots you're talking about?
Kinda. It's
What?
it's like it's older.
Solomon,
I've never
back up,
seen
check
one
this
like
out.
this. What?
He's yelling at Solomon. I'm trying to add ambience to your.
Oh,
Go ahead.
yeah. It's like it's older. I think on our side. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's not killing me, so that's a good sign.
Is it going to start killing you pretty soon?
I don't think so.
I'm here to protect.
You, Ani. Ani? What? Ani. Ani. We'll go with Ani.
I think
Tell
I
me,
think-
what is your purpose?
Are you hard R'ing me right now?
that's got to get cut.
Ani.
He's just trying to fit the name in his mouth.
Arne.
Ani.
Arne.
How do you
So-
spell it?
Ani.
Ahnie.
Arne.
Ani.
Ani. Ani.
Arne.
First, I want to say the sun will come out tomorrow.
I'm
Ani.
sorry. Did you say? Oh, never mind.
But what
You
is
don't
your
have belly
purpose?
buttons?
I don't have a belly button. We've discussed this.
I'm here to protect.
What did you do before you protected?
You don't know.
Wish I could tell you.
I like to imagine that your character's mouth actually did open several times and
Yep.
nothing, and then
It was
Huh.
computing the words, man.
It's like a bad dub. It's as it's syncing up because it's going from Elvish to like it's moving in Elvish but it's speaking in Common, and then it syncs up
Because
eventually.
I don't know Elvish.
Well, I mean,
think-
like you don't know this, but your body.
as far as you know,
programming
you
doesn't.
don't know.
Yeah, as far as
Your
you
mouth moves as if you were living in the multiverse there.
I look at Tora. I'm
So-
like, I mean,
I
could.
want you to punch him.
What?
Who do you point to?
Who's punching who?
Cal.
Oh,
Yeah, punch Cal.
You're telling me to punch Cal?
Ani, punch
He's
Cal.
requesting.
he's trying to. He's
It's a
testing you.
request.
You
Yeah.
hear this request,
Like,
and you
give him
immediately
a
deny it.
Give him a good Jolly Joe on the shoulder.
Do you attempt to punch
But-
kill?
But I'm here to protect.
There you go.
Ugh, okay.
Protect Kel or everybody?
Yes. Give Tom a Jolly Joe on the shoulder.
As he says this, and you
How about
you-
no?
as he says this, and you register this in your like auditory senses, you are like analyzing what he's saying, and you see that they are with him, and so if they seem friendly to Kel, then they are friendly to you. You would protect them as well.
Alright.
Not at the expense of your own life. You are free to make your choices, but you
Yeah.
would wish them no harm.
How many laws does you have to follow?
6.
There's not 3.
3.
It's really 3, but it's very repetitive 6.
Yeah.
But seriously, refer back to number 1.
Yeah. So just a feedback loop of protect. Protect, no attack.
Are you friends of Kel?
Yeah. We're friendly.
I like
Nope.
to say we're good buds.
So, are we gonna find out what happened to Tillian? Because she did just disappear
I have an idea.
inside.
Who
This
had who had the black glass? Was
I mean,
that who did?
Oh.
I think Cal had it.
What?
Cal, you had the glass, right?
Oh wait.
No.
I don't remember who had the glass.
I think
I looked at
Tillian?
it. You gave
Tillian
it to
held the
Tillian.
glass?
Tillian.
Oh.
Because you
Tillian
took
had
it
glass.
and then you took it
Typical.
for Tillian, I
Yeah.
think. So it's gone.
So we lost
Well,
Tillian dropped the glass.
expensive piece of equipment there. Just
It's a good thing we didn't pay
flushed.
for it.
So
I'm checking my bag. I don't have the glass, but I do still have these meat pies.
everybody do an investigation check, for me, please.
All right, investigation.
Meat pies coming up.
Ooh,
Those are super handy. You don't even know.
Just in case.
Oh, Kel. Of course, Kel
I
would
know.
get this. Okay,
I was
So-
helpful.
you
That's a solid roll there. Tor.
solid.
Arnie.
Ani doesn't even know what he's looking for, so he's just like scanning in a
Around.
tree.
I see everybody checking their pockets,
Yeah.
so I pretend to check
Investigating.
my pockets.
It's like he's checking his pockets, but he doesn't have any. Cal, you would notice that at the what you guys saw was kind of like a flash and a blur, and with everything going on with Ani in front of you, it's a little, it happened really fast. So you just saw Tillian disappear, but you didn't pay much attention to anything else after that. So Cal, you noticed that at the foot of the steps are all of the belongings that were inorganic from Tillian. So clothes, weapons, anything on their person, and that would include any pouches, backpacks, things like that.
So this is me talking.
Mhm.
So I have an idea. I had it already about where Tillian went.
Okay.
But you see all this stuff that's on the ground, you two?
Yes.
You can't take anything inorganic through a time jump.
You think she time jumped?
I am positive.
Well,
Which means that this
that's interesting.
To win or
I believe definitely the future, likely the time I came from.
Wait. This is a lot to digest. Because even trying to grasp the concept of time travel and then where you came from was a lot last time.
Fantasy time.
This is
travel.
even more intense.
Fantasy.
Yeah.
Fantasy time travel.
Fantasy time travel. Fantasy time
And
travel.
did anyone else hear what Tillian said before she left?
No.
mother.
She talked about her mom, yeah.
So this did, well, I mean, I did say it out loud for everybody, but I would say that everybody do a perception check so we can retro see who did hear that. DC 10. Okay.
Oh.
Goddamn.
As a side note, I can't do my token.
What's that? You
Yeah, it's
can't?
because
Hold
lunch.
on.
It's not yours.
Because I literally just put it
technically.
in here. Hold on a second. Give me a sec.
Here, let me add some oil to you, good friend, that I found on the ground here. Convenient.
First of all, let
Are
me give
you-
me sight.
Are you oiling up the big robot man?
Secondly,
I am. Good thing it was on my head earlier. I came across it.
Oiling up
Look
Mr.
at the
Mr.
rib
Olympia
cage
over here.
ground,
yeah. What you got? Okay, hold on. Controlled by.
Walking all over Kindle. Wow.
They're
what are you
just
what are you
sharing some
doing?
room. Getting real close, you know? Be real friends.
Okay, and
Get a little
do you
bit
want your nameplate to be? Do you want to like Tom Strongwell's? Do you want your name on there or no?
Yeah, why is it only 2 of us have a nameplate visible?
You can turn it off, or you should be able to. If you don't want it on there, I can turn it off. It's not a big deal. Tom
I
said
like
you don't
having
want
mine on there.
Yeah, I can't see it.
it. Let me.
I also don't have
I'd
normal.
say just throw it on.
Oh shit,
I can.
that is
It's
not
fun.
it. Hold on. Yeah, if you guys
What
want to
is
throw it on there,
it?
it's fine. It's like that.
I don't know how to turn it on.
Can you move
He
it? I
moved.
think I have to do it. Oh,
He's moved.
there you go. Do you want your nameplate on? You don't have to.
I do want my nameplate on.
Okay.
I have the
Okay,
best
well.
nameplate.
Okay, there you go. Oh, future daddy. Got it. That's right. Now I can't wait for you to be on top of like 14 people. Make it super easy for me to grab you. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. What were we doing here? So here we go. Investigation rolls. Our
So-
Perception checks to
Uh,
see.
Cal,
Perception
Tor,
checks, yep.
Tom, you guys all see that you see all of the stuff strewn about at the bottom of the steps. Backpack, pouches, anything that seemed like clothing, weapons, all there.
I take it.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't want to carry it, so
And
you,
I can't use
and
any of it.
everyone heard what she said.
no.
Yes.
Yes. So,
No?
I'm sorry. Everybody heard.
Yeah,
Everybody did
okay.
hear what she said. You all heard her say "mother." She touched the glass and disappeared. All of her belongings are at the foot here. Tor has picked this up. As you pick this up, Tor, you notice the glass inside there's something vibrating inside, and as you open that, you realize that it's the smart glass, or the smart glass, the dark glass. And it's kind of like flashing, flickering. Something's happening. It's reacting. Kel, as you were looking over there to figure out what's going on, what happened, you notice that there's a recess in the left side, and it seems to be it closely resembles the symbol that was shown to you at the guild hall. The 3 snakes.
Hmm. So this is the snake cult, right?
Could be.
I think that's what we were sent here.
Yep.
There was originally there were rumors that there was a snake cult operating here. This is the first that where they traced back the first evidence of it, because it's kind of like a myth right now. Like nobody's ever met anybody that's done it. Oh shoot. Oops. That's been in one. Nobody's been interrogated. You don't know about it. You just have heard of things and people being assimilated into it, and they just disappear. So it's kind of hearsay right now, because people just think, oh, my kid went missing, but so they must have joined a snake cult, and that's the only reason they would leave me. It's not because of my bad parenting. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But rumbles and grumbles have been happening, and now they've got some evidence, and they've found some things in Dillon Forest. That's why people were sent here, and they were missing. So
Interesting.
And this is well, what had I been told about this this symbol? Back
the symbol for the snake cult, like as far as like your history with it, you like from the future, like you don't really have much to go on off of that. It doesn't really, it was like never really a thing for you, so it doesn't seem important to you, or at least the symbol doesn't, and or the significance of a snake cult.
But the one with the 3-headed snake thing had been shown.
Right, that had been shown to you whenever because there was one that was shown to you before you went out on, but it was just a drawing, right? Sent whenever you guys went to, you ended up in Barovia, and then that's where you met Rictavio. And then whenever you guys came back here, when you went to the meet at the ZWT Guild Hall, you were shown another emblem, which was look it was really old. The one that it was like unearthed, and it was some of the evidence that they brought back. So now there's evidence that there is some sort of a snake cult that's happening or was happening at some point in the past, and then they're not sure if somebody's trying to revive this or what. And that's kind of the information, the intel that you've gotten from the ZWT Guild and why they sent people out here to investigate. And that's why Skilfra's here. They found this temple. Apparently, you know, it had some, maybe they're thinking maybe it had something to do with the snake cult, but you've just found that symbol on this unearthed doorway.
I'm gonna call Kindle and Solomon up.
Okay.
Point it out. Like, this is what we're here for. Is this proof that we need?
I don't know. I mean, it looks like that thing that Flick showed us. Oh, back
So-
back when we met with him.
Wait, so Flick has seen this before?
Well, no, it's like, so the recess that you see looks like
Oh,
the
okay.
symbol. So the
Okay.
symbol that was shown to you previous, which is like a little medallion looking thing, it looks like the same shape and size as that. It is 3 snakes kind of curled together.
Do we have a medallion like that? Have you
Not
seen
on your
one?
person. That was still back at the guild hall.
Hmm.
But your mission here was to find Skilfra,
Yeah.
because you're looking for pages
Yeah.
from the book that were missing that you brought back with you from the future that apparently belonged to her at some point and had extra stuff inside of it that the guild was not aware of.
Whew.
I'm assuming that the symbol wouldn't mean anything to me.
You wouldn't really have a care about this. Like, that doesn't compute for you. That's not really part of your objectives. You're not really worried about it. You're just kind of, you know, that means nothing to you. So.
Hmm. Do you see anything on the dark glass that we brought with us, Tor?
Oh yeah, is
Oh,
it back in the bag? It's back in the
Yeah.
bag now.
Let me look. Okay.
So as you're pulling it out, the bag is vibrating, like I was saying earlier, and you see these flashes of light, and you start to hear, like, it seems like some sort of static, but you're not really sure what that is because it's not a sound that you're familiar with. There's not really any electronics, so it sounds like something like at the beginning of a lightning spell, like a little. And as you pull that out, you see it flashing, and occasionally you'll hear a squeak, 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 squeak.
Am I holding some sort of monster? Because I remember that sound. So.
No, I mean it's emitting the sound, but it's not in. It doesn't sound like it. It sounds like it's talking through it,
Okay.
like a sending
And
stone almost.
I gut it out, and then everyone gathered around and see if we can hear this thing. So they gather around, and I hold it up, and we
Mhm.
all stare at it.
Who gathers around?
I
Okay.
gather around.
So, as Ani gets near you, this picture comes clear, and the glass in your hand goes blank, and seems like it transfers what was trying to visualize onto the doorway. And on the doorway, you see. One moment. You see this woman, the shape of a woman in front of you, but she seems to be trapped in the glass. And she's moving her lips, but you can't really see, can't really hear what she's saying.
Ani, step away from us about 10 feet. The same direction you just okay.
She disappears.
Ani,
Okay.
come forward real quick.
She reappears.
Huh.
Okay.
I've deduced something. Does anyone read lips?
I can read lips. I can read lips.
Actually, yeah, that makes sense. Tom, I would
Yeah,
say,
I would need to be able to read lips. Yeah.
let's say that
Ani,
Tom.
get closer to the door if you can. Here, I'll get out of the way.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
not gonna get too close.
Kendall's
Yeah, don't
Ken-
get
Kendall was admiring Ani so much that he forgot to like pay attention to anything that's going on because he's just never seen another construct before,
Mm-hmm.
or what he perceives as a construct. Whenever he became like a statue into what he is.
Especially a
And then
prettier one.
he looks back, he sees in the glass. Oh, that's Skjolfra. Skjolfra. And then he's like, I can't hear what you're saying. I can't. And he's like, wait, I don't have ears. I'm a scarecrow.
Do I need to roll something to read your lips or something? Or-
No. Like I would say that you can read her lips. So you can at this distance. You just see her saying, things like, oh my God, you gotta help me, you gotta get me out of here. I'm trapped in the glass. You've got to get the medallion. But there's a person at the abbot at the abbot at the. She's real sporadic. Like she's like talking very fast. At the temple.
I ask her
at the
to
temple.
slow down. I ask her to slow down.
Okay, so she starts to use like her hands and like makes like little like it's incoherent. It's not like sign language, but it's like she's using her hands to
Okay.
talk, and she's like, temple, medallion, go.
Okay. I tell the group exactly what you just said. So I won't have to repeat it. Is there an abbot by here? Does anyone? I asked
There's
Kendall and
another pathway, right?
At this information, Solomon about faces,
Solomon.
and
Mhm.
he leaves.
Wow,
he
what
heads
a
off.
dick.
Kendall looks back and he's like, like a goddamn commando. I don't know what he's up to, but he's probably gonna scout out for us. I didn't think there was an abbot there. I thought that it was just abandoned. If there's anybody there, some sort of Stygian, leftovers or whatever. Maybe there's some people there. That could be. I don't understand why we wouldn't check there first if there was some people still around. I thought everybody died.
Well,
Let's follow
Do we
Solomon
follow
then,
him?
I guess. Yeah.
does Solomon
Since he
have
clearly just likes to take off and run all the time. That guy's the worst.
He's a ranger. Well, they're both rangers, but Kendall seems to have bonded with you guys. Solomon seems to be on his own terms right now.
His own agenda,
It's
yeah.
his own agenda.
Which
so-
which way did he go?
He went off into the woods, but Kendall informs you that it's probably safer to take the pathway as a group because
Okay.
Solomon can handle himself, and he might get there a little bit early. So if something happens, he'll be able to take care of himself and hide or whatever it needs to be, taken care of. He can handle it. What's everybody's passive perception right now?
14?
Passive?
Should be in the
10.
left 10. Holy crap. So passive's on the left-hand side column at the very
Directly
bottom.
under
is
your
that what,
skill.
wisdom?
Yeah, it's like wisdom, yeah.
It's 10 plus
Wisdom,
your
or is it
perception
like
bonus.
Well, here, hold on a second. Let me look at your
It's,
Tom.
it's,
Hold
just,
on a
it's,
second.
it's 10
I
plus
don't-
your
yeah.
perception
Yeah,
bonus.
10 plus your yeah, so it should be right underneath your skills. It'll say passive wisdom perception, which is 10 for you, Tom. So I'm sorry, what did you
That's
say,
what I
Tor?
thought.
I think I read the wrong spot.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like passive.
It's,
Oh yeah,
it's hidden.
I found it.
So
passive perception.
Yeah.
10. Got it.
so
I
what,
see it.
So for those who don't know, passive perception
Oh,
is
yeah.
what happens. You don't have to roll for it. This is just something that this is what you would notice. Like if you
Yeah.
beat
Okay.
that, then you don't have to roll for it.
It's what you see when you're
Got it.
not actively looking
Right.
for
It's
it.
like it's just
Just
what's there, like
nailed
what you
it.
notice.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. Everybody had.
It's
Did
in your
everybody have
periffs.
I'm at 10.
10?
13.
Got a 13. Okay.
Or-
14.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Don't roll perception. Or 14. Okay. Okay. Cool. So I just didn't want to like go into everybody's like character sheets and whatnot. So okay. Cool. Okay. None of you noticed anything out of the ordinary, other than the crazy shit that's just gone on.
Yeah.
And Solomon. So do you guys make your way to the path?
I vote to go on the path. Does anyone?
Agreed.
I'm gonna.
Okay.
I'll let. What's her name?
Skillfra?
Skillfra.
Skillfra. I hate.
I
I
know,
let
it's a
Skillfra know
it's a funky
we're gonna
name.
go. We're gonna go on the path and get
Is it
the
your sign
medallion.
language? We're gonna
We
chop
go on
it
the
up
path
on
and
the
get the
road.
medallion. Yeah. So I let her know we're gonna get the medallion.
So
and
she like, she like gets wide eyed and she nods her
Uh-huh.
head, and from the dark glass piece of that you have, you hear squeak 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 squeak.
Okay. Let's
Is that
head towards
feedback
the.
from the giant glass?
What it sounds like, I'm not gonna make you roll for this. It sounds like a squirrel trying to talk to you. Is what it sounds like.
Okay.
That's
Does
what
it
that's what you
Kind of sync up with her lips.
It does,
Okay.
Oh.
with some extra squeaks,
Oh,
just a few.
I don't like that.
Let's say, I don't know. Do you speak squirrel?
I
Is
don't.
that
I
what you
don't.
squirrel? Any druids in the business?
Ani, do you speak squirrel?
Alright.
Squeak, squeak, or squeak, squeak.
No. Nope. Just
No.
go about protecting. All right,
Yeah. So we'll let Ani lead the way. He can, since he's in protect mode, he can run
Just
point on that.
Just a shield.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
Ani doesn't know where he's going though.
No,
somebody
none of
has
us know. Kindle's got to go.
Kindle's gonna.
Yeah, it's got to be
run.
Kindle,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, Kindle.
I thought it was just the other
Alright,
split,
guys.
like the road split and one went.
Yeah. We gotta go back down here.
Yeah.
And as you guys leave, you start to hear noises in the distance.
Scary noises. Predators here? Seriously? We don't have a shot.
The forest is filled with predators.
And you're not sure what that was, but it definitely
Some
wasn't
could be
squirrel.
small like foxes, and they go for the ankles.
All right. So you guys are gonna go to the temple then, and that's what we're gonna do.
The Abbey. Yeah, not the temple. I
Yeah,
thought it was.
I'm sorry. So I
Abbot.
said she said
Oh.
words that were kind of like
Okay.
sporadic. So temple, abbot, necklace. You hear.
Got it.
Like, those are the things that you made out from like the sign language and the squeakies. So, I am going to attempt to just jump us over there, and hopefully everything is the same. So let's do this.
Yeah.
And you guys should
Oh, yeah.
appear at the bottom right-hand corner. This map is a little bit different. You're
We
gonna
are
have
there.
5x5. There are 4. Each square has 4.
They're 10 by 10 instead
Or
of
10
5
by 10.
five.
Yeah.
Thank you.
4 squares
four
instead of a
squares.
square.
So you guys can sit there and play some ball. Outside of the school.
I'm frozen in place.
Oh no! Hold on. Here, let me delete that, and
I
then
can move.
Everybody else can move. Yeah. Tor, why don't you just grab your character
I can.
and drag it over onto the map, and then I'll resize it for you.
It's going to be huge
Tor.
or tiny.
Damn,
Smash.
Tor,
And
he's
actually,
thick.
Solomon's out of the way. He's not.
Whoa.
He's not guys. Whoa! He just
Yeah.
has command.
Solomon's
presence.
the worst.
So Solomon's not actually there. He was on the map. So yeah, sorry. Okay, so what you come to is like this hill, this kind of gradated hill that kind of like has stair steps up, and then you see this old rundown ancient looking like mission, this like temple of sorts. Looks like religious in nature. You don't see any identifying marks as what kind of religion it would belong to. There's definitely no snake on the walls or anything like that. So where you guys are at, like, I mean, these stair steps go up by about 100 feet each. So you would have to traverse all the way. And if you got to the edge here, you would be greeted with walls of about 200 feet. So it's definitely not something that you would.
So
be
we
able to
gotta walk
scale.
around.
You would want to walk around. There is a path that you're on, and it kind of winds. You can tell that it kind of like winds up and down the gradated hills. So I'll just grab all you guys and-
Switchbacks.
But yeah, they're like switchbacks. So let me Kindle kind of like tells you
We're
all
gonna
this,
drop it.
and I'm gonna
Drop in here, or where are we gonna drop it in?
So I'm gonna grab
Here,
it
or-
all together. Hold on, sorry. Don't move. Don't move. No, you guys
Where
can
do we
see
drop
everything,
in at?
right? You don't see you see everything on the outside.
Yes.
Are we?
Oh, here
are
it is. So we're
we-
gonna go in.
Are we
We'll
seeing
do it here.
everything, or are we
Right there.
seeing? Can you see inside of the building?
There's
Yes.
a thing here.
Unfortunately.
There's a thing
All right.
here.
Yeah, we can see your. Not sure if you
Because
wanted that
fog-
shaded or not, but
Fog
it's
of war was
Yeah.
turned
it's
off.
not shaded.
This boy over here, right here.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a boy.
So
This
you weren't,
guy?
you weren't supposed to technically see that, but it's not that big a deal because as you approach, you would hear like footsteps and movement and stuff, and there's some like interest going on at the towers. I'm really sorry to do this, but I gotta break real quick because that kilt lifter is made its way through my body. So
Go
take
get
a
some
second,
for
see
myself.
how you want to approach this, what you guys want to do. I'll let you guys plan. I will be right back. If you need to take a break, go for it. 5 minutes is
I
all
gotta
need,
pee.
so let's do that. Okay,
I'm just gonna grab a
break real
drink real quick.
I'll be right back.
No.
Whoa.
Whoa. Ryan, by the way, I like your pants. Oh.
What?
I said, by the way, I like your pants.
Thank you.
You
I
got
like
the
your
Batman
pants.
jammies on.
Glasses.
I
Like
wore
pants.
Superman jammies.
Nice. You get some Aquaman up in here. Martian Manhunter. I mean, just get. Meanwhile, the Legion of Doom. That'd be a great bit. Like, cut to like the Watchtower or the Legion of Doom, and they're playing like D&D or something like that. I just
It's like, no. That's not the way the rules read.
Clearly plotting to take
no,
over the world.
Luther, you can't do that.
It's really good. Holy crap.
I thought you were brilliant, but no.
Oh man. Did you guys talk about what you're gonna do at all, or you were just on break?
We all took a break.
Okay. Were there any? So I've placed you over here. So it took you about like an hour to trek up this way. You do notice some movement up above. You're not quite sure what to make of it. Doesn't seem to be threatened. Oh, it's got a nameplate on it, doesn't it? Hold on a second.
See it?
You're not supposed to. You don't see it?
No. I did Kindle Trongwall.
Perfect. I'll just turn that off then. Okay, cool. So you do come to the gates. They do seem to be wide open. There aren't any actual gates that are closed here. It just seems it is like a monastery temple type building. The rock structure seems to be very similar to that of the temple or the doorway that you guys came from, the excavation site. It seems only slightly like newer. Not quite as aged. The coloration is a little bit different, but it definitely seems like it's very old. But you do see a 100-foot wall made of brick, stone, as it were, and surrounding the entirety of it. This is the
Like
only
100
opening.
feet tall?
Yeah.
Damn. That's a
Oh
big
my Aru.
I'm sorry. 60 feet tall, and then these areas right here, like these little
like
towers,
the
are
turrets.
100 feet tall. Yeah.
Oh,
So like the lookout towers, and in the area that is the building itself, you could see above. It was 100 feet tall.
damn.
By your estimation.
It's a big. That's a big building.
It's very big. It's very tall, I should say.
So we like caught some movement as we were coming in.
You did catch some movement, like you saw some glints of light in the tower here. I would say that it is late evening or late afternoon, going into the evening. The sun is setting, so you can see things, but so there's some like slats through the towers that you could see some movements. There's some shadows moving around.
I'm gonna signal to the rest of the group there's movement in that tower before we go through. And then I guess I'll walk through.
Okay.
Keeping an eye on that tower
For-
to my left.
For the record, I've had sword and shield out the entire walk
Okay.
because of that noise.
Makes sense. T-shirt, sword and shield, jacket,
Yeah, man.
clothing of unknown origin. Seems a little sus. No
It's
biggie.
weird how it
Little
sounds.
sus.
It's weird how it
Little
sounds
sus.
really familiar, though.
It is. It's like it's almost like I know what it's like, what it sounds like.
Hmm.
It's perfect. All right, let's go Judgment Day. So using your speed, so like each of these squares is 10 feet. So if you go straight in a straight line, it's 10 feet. So you can move in wherever you'd like. You do, as you come through, you do see that there's a doorway over here in this area.
Which area?
This
Are you
area.
highlighting on the wrong
You
layer?
beam it?
Oh shoot, you're right. I'm
layers.
sorry. I am on the wrong layer. Here we go. I was making sure nothing that was supposed to be on there
Oh,
is
up
on
here.
there. Yeah.
Is it that's the door? That's the way in.
Yep. This is the
If
only
we just
opening that you
walk
see.
down the path
Yeah.
towards the
You s-
door.
Yeah, there's a path that goes down towards the door to open. To as you come in to your right, you see like gravestones. So it looks like there's like a cemetery over in this direction. You see these large pine trees.
Mm-hmm.
You see 1, 2, 3, 4. You see a few stained glass windows that are kind of in the sides of the building that you're approaching, and there is light inside. So somebody is in there, or at least there's a light source in that area, at least.
What time of day is it? I'm sorry.
It's late afternoon,
Lost track
so
of
it's
what?
like it's like
Afternoon.
dusk
Okay.
or approaching dusk.
Okay.
So it's evening. It's starting to become the evening time, but there's sun still up. You can still see. You probably got about an hour and a half of daylight left.
Do I
Ask
detect a
Kindle
door
more.
I can go through over here, or?
Where you're
That
at, no, you see these windows about halfway up that are illuminated. So it looks like there's some sort of a chimney outcropping here, like a very large chimney that goes all the way to the top. But nothing but glass about 20 feet up.
Mm.
I want to ask Kindle what he
Well,
knows
that's-
about this place.
Yes, good idea.
Okay. Well, I don't know anything about this place. I had never been here. I just I knew that there used to be this group called the Stygians, and they kind of accepted everybody. Back in the before times, they kind of united the peoples who were warring over whose god was better and who owed who land and this and that, and they kind of helped make some peace through the land of Hoke. But I never been here. I just heard about it.
Have I ever heard this area called the Land of Hoke before?
Yeah, you would know that, like, where this whole land that you belong, like the continent is called Hoke.
Oh, okay. All right. Like, so you don't know anything about there being people here still.
Not that I'm aware of. I heard some mumbles and grumbles, when people were going missing, that this might have been where the labor force was holding up, but that was unconfirmed. I wasn't a part of that.
I want to pop my head through the doorway tower.
Okay.
Call whoever's up there. Ask them to come down.
Okay. So in this, you go into the tower.
But yeah, just like stick my head through the doorway.
I'll be right back. Hold on.
Okay.
So yeah, this was the one where like we saw like movement and shadows and stuff. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't like being watched.
I'll wait till he's back before I go through this description, because importante.
Mass important.
Mass important. You do, you say your words, and you hear like some scuffling, like somebody's getting up to their feet, and there's like a ladder that goes up. So this is real rudimentary. It's real like, it's also very old, so it looks like the ladder doesn't match everything else that's going on in here. Like it was an afterthought. And there's like a ledge that goes around the tip, and then there's a ladder that comes down, and you see some movement. You see a shadowy figure, kind of like, and you hear dragging sounds, like it's dragging its leg or something. You just got back. I want to wait for him. So as he gets onto the ladder, and you see this this person, make their way down, you start to see them come into the light because it's very dark in the tower, and they step out into the light, and you see this hideous misfigured monstrosity of man and beast, but it seems to cower in your presence. And let me see if I can give you a handout here.
As one should in the presence of the great Ani.
As one should.
You a handout?
I have one, but it doesn't match up. But I did want to give you the I wonder what it'll show to you. All right, hold on. So when it comes out, it repeats your words back to you, but like as if a dog with a very good vocal range was able to repeat what you said, but it doesn't look you in the eye. Calm down. And you see like patches of hair, and it looks like there's fur, but then the face is completely hairless, but the facial structure looks very much that of a dog, but very very mangled, and it's hunched, and one of its legs seems to be a little bit lame and kind of turned backwards, and one of the other legs looks like that of a dog, and the other leg looks like a human's, and that's the one that he's kind of like propping up on, and he's wearing like a bit of a cloak, but a lot of that's all he's wearing. And he's got one ear like a dog on the side, and occasionally he makes like a little whimper and a little sad bark out.
Do I recognize like what species this would be, or where they might have come from?
You would not. From your time, the things that you know about, you're unfamiliar with this. Kendall kind of like backs away. He's like, "Wow, I don't know what that is." Anybody who wants to try to figure out what it is can do we'll do a investigation roll or a history check.
History or investigation?
Let's say history. Investigation would be something different. So in history would be like, do you recall anything like this?
Yeah, you said it's just like cowering and whimpering.
Yeah,
right?
it doesn't seem to be a threat to you. It just seems to, it's not being aggressive at all. It definitely doesn't seem to pay much attention to Ani.
Trash roll.
Okay.
It sniffs around your legs, actually.
Going to address it like, yes. How do we enter that building there? And I point to the one that has the stained glass windows.
It takes a few circles around you, like with its dragging its leg, and it kind of like was like, it's like it's sniffing you out, trying to see what you're about. Never making eye contact. And after he's done, he goes into like a pointer stance, and he's just like, kind of like puts his little paw out and points to the door.
But where would that be if I couldn't see in a three-dimensional fashion?
He barks, and the sound
Point
of the
to me as if I'm God looking down.
And the sound of the bark reverberates off of the doorway out here.
Ah, excellent.
So you hear like this echo come back, like there's another one behind you, but it's not. You look back and you see the doorway. Yeah.
Based off the bounce back, I'd say it's this direction. And I bet, let me think if I could. Yes. What is it, boy? The door over here?
He circles around Ani. Ani, do you respond to him at all?
I'm just watching closely.
He lifts his leg.
He's bitch.
Oh, is he gonna?
and he's about 4 foot
He's
tall,
gonna.
so he's not very tall. So he's not like he's like a large dog type creature. And yeah, he begins to urinate on the back of your left leg.
My dexterity is real low, so there's no shot that I'm gonna be able to move my leg fast enough. However, I give it a little push with my knee.
Okay, he backs away and
Like-
and he whimpers off and he kind of like runs to the door, and he disappears into the.
So I
Indoor.
guess we will follow the trail.
That's concerning.
Yep.
You
was
notice that
gross.
he was very quick when he needed to be. When he jumped
Great.
down on all 3 working legs and used the 4th one as a tail or something.
I guess we should go to
When
the
he did-
doorway.
He used the other 3 legs and,
Yeah.
and left the 4th one behind. Yeah.
Now, I'm sorry I didn't address the history checks. Those both failed. So.
Thank you.
So guys
Yeah, I
still-
figured since
sorry.
you didn't
You guys
acknowledge it.
still don't know what they are. You can't recall.
Ugly as.
God, do we all
Correct.
have a +1 for history?
Except for Tor. I think Tor has a higher number than that.
Well, Tor has a +1.
Yeah, my history is a +1 as well.
Wow.
Mine's not a +1. Mine is a 0. History's trash.
Listen, man, my rolls were not great.
Wow.
The one good one landed where it should.
Are you guys going through the
So
door?
what's? We're gonna try to. Is
Okay.
it locked?
It doesn't seem to be
at the
locked.
door.
He kind of bolted right through it, so it kind of seems like it was the hinges were very well greased, and you can get right in through there.
Are there any symbols or anything on this door?
No, not that you can see.
The door is locked magically.
Wait, are you guys not able to get through?
May.
Yeah,
Oh,
you can-
dude, we
you
can't get through.
Wait, you can't. You
That's
can't get
epic.
through? Are you serious?
Literally
You
can't
cannot.
put our
I'm
characters
sorry.
there.
Oh my god! Wait a
It
minute.
is
I would like
stopping
to
us.
run an
That's-
intimidation on this door.
What if I do it this way?
You've
If I-
encountered my
okay, if-
riddle. Oh wait,
I just
Kelrish,
click and
just
drag-
Click and drag.
yeah,
over. All right,
I
hold
just
on.
put
I'll
a
get
new
you there.
token inside of the
That's because
building.
you can see what's inside here. I'm throwing you all in there. Okay, that's good. I don't want you guys like.
Oh
you
god,
know-
I'm stuck in the room.
Oh no!
You're
It's like
in the
PUBG.
wall.
Oh no! Where'd you go?
It is
Oh.
PUBG.
You're dragging around. You're freaking. Oh god. Okay, so as you come in, you see this fully empty courtyard. It's just like dust and like a muddy pathway that goes from the left and the right. In the center, there's a well. And to your left, as you come in, you do notice another creature that seems to be over here.
What does that one look like?
You'd have to get a little closer.
SpaghettiOs.
Closer with Big Red.
I approach
But Red Rocket is definitely out of view.
slowly. Hmm.
What is it?
So as you approach this
I
one, it
try to keep
seems.
myself angled between the party and the creature.
Yeah. I'm trying to keep myself behind you.
So this creature seems to be along the same vein as the other, some sort of humanoid, mixture. But this seems to take on some traits of a bat. So it's got a snout, that stubby, snouted nose and big ears, but like humanoid, like arms and top, and it's wearing a shirt to cover itself. But it seems to be chained to like a peg in the ground, almost like somebody left it there, and it's got like a shackle on one of its legs. It's
Is
kind of it's cowering in front of you as well, just like the other one. And it kind of like as you move closer, it moves further away.
Does it look like it's like malnourished?
Yeah, definitely. It definitely looks like it's not been paid enough attention to.
I'm gonna turn and look at everybody. Should I free it?
What if I give
I
it a
don't know.
meat pie?
Hey, give it a meat
Let's try
pie.
that first.
Because I mean, let's
You give it a
let's
meat
give
pie?
I've got a meat pie. Let's give it a meat pie.
It How do you do this?
Let's see. If I'm 7 foot tall, I'm a 3
It is also
foot
about 4 foot
radius.
tall.
Just hold it out in your hand
very
and see
small.
what happens.
I stand here and flop it here, which is within chain range.
It kind of screeches a little bit, like it's trying to figure out what's going on. You see its snout kind of moving up and down, like it's trying to sniff things around, but it's also making some noise, like.
And I'll just back off a little bit, be like, yours, have it, yours.
And it kind of like creeps up very slowly. It grabs it, and then it retreats as far back as the leash will let it, which is about 10 feet. And it nibbles on it, and it takes a few bites, but its mouth is not really meant for food like this. So it kind of just like, it's like chewing it and nibbling it as much as it can. But it seems to be very, very excited to have food at least. But it keeps pulling against the chain, and kind of as it devours this food. It pulls with one of its hands onto the chain and looks at you like, and you hear the shaking of the chain, and it looks with you with desperation in its eyes.
So I guess maybe we should set it free then. Didn't seem hostile.
Is there anything else in here that looks like a prison or?
I mean, it doesn't seem like it's very well cared for. It seems very old. Obviously it's still in working order, but it seems like there's these troughs over here. Like they seem to have some sort of watering areas for what you would assume in a place like this you would think is like for horses, but there are no horses. You don't see horse tracks, and there are hoof tracks, but they're weird shaped. There's a lot of animal tracks that kind of mix in the mud. But you don't see a whole lot of that other than this creature right here. You do see 3 doors over here that would be maybe act as some sort of dormitories. There's another one here. There were the two rooms that were right past the gates that you guys came in. You don't hear any movement.
I say we set that thing free.
Yeah, why not?
I'm gonna walk up and just attempt to break the chain, like,
okay,
at the post.
Give me a strength check. DC 18. Oh,
come on.
Ooh, that doesn't seem possible. He has a +7.
Oh, I left the oil. I should have gotten your shoulder more.
Figures that it's a
Okay.
fucking that one.
Wait,
sorry,
Tor, hold on, Tor, do you go oil his shoulder?
Well, I didn't bring the oil with
okay.
me. I mean, the only thing I don't know how oily this meat pie is. I could rub it on his shoulder if I.
There's nothing keeping you from doing it again. So if you want to use your other arm that was oiled,
I have a crowbar that you can
do that.
use
I'm gonna...
to try to.
Can I?
you want to use your
Can I
strong
pick
hand.
the lock?
No way,
Can I
man.
pick the
Gonna
lock on it?
angrily,
Yeah.
like...
He's not used to this. He's got like a look in his face, or well, what you can tell is a look on his face. Like this doesn't happen. What? You can try again if you want. With your other arm.
There it is.
And as you do, you clinch down onto,
He vaporizes it.
and it kind of like it just snaps in half, like it's cold iron. So and it breaks free, and the like bat-like creature kind of comes up next to you, and it rubs its head on your shoulder, like it stands up on its hind legs and like rubs its hand on your shoulder, and you see it reveal behind these giant bat wings, and it begin to flap, and it takes off.
Hope it's not evil.
Just gonna wave
Hope it
at
doesn't
it.
need a baby. That's all we need.
And as you hear, as it leaves, you hear it make some pretty nasty shriek.
Hmm.
I didn't do
Well,
it.
that was ominous.
No, 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 no.
I fed it, so something's safe for at least an hour.
Did it leave the meat pie
Which way do you guys?
There's a piece.
You guys
of it,
want to?
yeah.
You guys want to investigate in here where there was light, supposedly?
Yes. Seems
Since that bat creature was a dead end, just took our pie and left.
On the way towards that building, I want to look down the well and like, is it dry?
That's got water.
Down the well, you see like a little bit of water, but you can tell that it's getting close to the end of life because you see the bucket kind of like turn sideways, and it's there's like a stick kind of like holding it up, so it's almost like you're at the bottom of the well. You see like a little bit of light with what's left. This is an open area, like this is like an open top. There's nothing, there's no roof here other than over the rooms that are over in this direction and this direction.
Are these rooms locked over here in this
I
direction?
mean, you haven't investigated them, but I mean, there's doors there, so.
I'm gonna try the door at the middle room.
All right, hey. You try to open it,
Yep.
and upon opening it, you see another one of those creatures. This one looks to be an amalgamation of like a goat and a person, but it does not seem to be moving. It seems lifeless, and it is definitely chained to like a bed.
This land reminds me of Cleric Monroe's work.
I'm gonna poke it.
Okay. When you poke it, it's very stiff, and it's got like it's very like it's been dead a while. Seems, and the smell is just horrible. It's just horrendous. And
Thank goodness I don't smell
but
anything.
you don't notice that as much. you have some sort of I forgot you're a freaking Warforce. You have like the the programming that makes you react as if you could smell it.
I'm gonna try this door.
Okay. That one also is open. Oh shoot! Come here. Come here. You open this one, and again, there is another seemingly dead creature. This one you can't
This
really
place
tell
sucks.
what the mixture of them are. You see claw marks on
I
the
guess
walls.
I'll try the last one.
Okay.
Yeah. More doom and gloom.
Okay. You open that door. It is also unlocked. And again, another creature is
No
inside.
way. Come on.
This one, however, does seem to take notice of you. It kind of looks over. It looks very much like similar to the one that you first encountered when you first got here. And it reaches out. It lets out a whimper, and then it kind of lets out its last gasp, and it dies right in front of you.
Expires, huh?
Expires right before you. Again, tied very closely, short leash. Seems to be malnourished.
And there's nothing else like in this room.
No,
or
there's
it's
like
just-
scraps and blood and stool. The smell for anybody else would be like you can actually smell it from where you guys are at.
Gross.
Just rejoin. Well, that was a dead end.
Dead, huh?
Nice.
Ha!
Quite literally.
Nice.
See what you did there.
Nice.
I don't know who's
That's pretty good.
here, but it seems like they were doing some kind of experiments or something, and not treating them very well.
Yeah, I'm a little
Should
bit
we
mad
even
about that.
Check the other rooms.
Well, we needed to find the
There was
I
lights
think
by
it's a
room
this
here.
room.
Yeah, this was the area that the light would have been coming from when you guys were coming up.
Yeah, I think we should check.
Are
this,
these rooms
this
here? Or this is,
Yeah.
room over here.
are these
Yeah,
rooms?
yeah, there's rooms.
Like more
Can I
of
check
those.
it real quick?
Sure. Should
Is
be
it
able to go
open
in.
or
You should be able to go into that one.
I'm
There's,
inside.
it's like a broom closet. There's like just like janitorial things and like odds and ends.
Anything of value?
No, it seems like some very like rusty old shovels and like yard work equipment that doesn't seem like it's been used in forever. The wood is
Okay.
wood is rotting in the handles, things like that.
You can definitely use that shovel to poison someone.
Oh, well,
Tetanus?
get that tetanus. Get that tetanus, girl.
You've been struck with tetanus. You'll get lockjaw.
Give
Two
it a
turns.
few weeks.
Lockjaw.
All right. Well, that was a waste.
Okay.
You want
so-
to check that one, Tor?
Sure. Yes. Let's see.
Okay. You go in here and you actually see a bunch of like dead rats.
Glad I
Ew.
came in here. I
Mhm.
should have just waited at the door.
The scent is palpable for you for sure. But
Mm.
it smells like just rotted meat for you. Because
Let me just
Ew.
let's go down the line here. Open. I'm scooting my feet across the dirt.
okay, you kick all these doors open, expecting the worst. You open them all up. There's nothing there. They're all empty.
Okay,
They
bad.
have a very a very simple cot and like a stake in the ground, and there's a chain and like some shackles and things like that. But there's no. It doesn't seem like these have been used yet.
Mm.
I'm gonna check this door.
Which one?
Just this one right here. Just wiggle it to see. if
So
it's
when
locked.
you try to wiggle it, it actually does not open. This is the first door that you've encountered that doesn't seem to give you any kind of resistance.
Oh. Sounds like my expertise here. I'm ready.
Ooh.
Put me in, coach.
All right. Up to you.
All right, let me get some lock picking stuff out. What do I need to roll for that?
Let's do a sleight
Dex?
hand. Or
Dex?
Yeah, do a dex.
Oh, sleight of hand.
Do a
Sleight of
dex.
hand.
Yeah,
Do-
it-
Well, I think
whatever-
I got sleight of hand.
Okay.
Whichever. Sleight of hand.
Yes.
Do you have thieves,
Papaya.
thieves tool?
Right. So
Nice.
he got it.
Yeah, I got these
Um,
tools. Yep.
So you got it regardless. So like you're wiggling around, you realize that the door's locking mechanism is pretty simple. Doesn't seem like whoever made this had too much knowledge, advanced knowledge. This is a pretty simple lock for you to pop. You go, and you hear it kind of open, and you're able to walk through.
I would
After
stop
you,
him from
Arn?
walking- yeah,
Yeah,
I was
I'd
gonna say
say-
I'd stop him from walking through.
Oh
I'd be
yeah,
like,
I would never.
"Okay."
after you, Arn. Arnie.
It's Ani. It's Ani.
Ani, excuse me. Ani. So
And,
Ani's in there?
So who
I'm
all
not going
goes in?
next.
Who all goes in? And
Kel,
Arnie-
I'm gonna
probably.
take up. Oh, I was gonna take up the rear, so we have big chunky guy in front and big chunky guy at the back.
Okay.
Alright. I'll be the meat in this sandwich.
I'll
then.
be the middle finger here.
Okay. Okay. As you guys come in, are you trying to be stealthy about this, or are you just coming into the door?
I just walked in.
It's up
Okay.
to Ani.
All right.
Ani
So-
just kicked it in.
Why don't you guys go ahead and do stealth checks just so I can see if you were noticed.
Oh,
It's a
I definitely came in stealthy.
Disadvantage for me.
Oh no. Oof.
16.
Yeah,
Still-
not bad.
I was
still,
invisible,
Not horrible, but
by the way.
Tor
I came in invisible.
came in singing.
It's the tail.
That tail just like pop, 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 just like is
It's
blasting.
just bells on it.
Back in the
It's
wall.
hitting everything. And yeah, as you guys come in, you see this like 6'5", very ornate, attractive male in ceremonial garb. Looks to be some sort of member of clergy. It would make sense that they maybe work here, live here, have some sort of business dealings here. It turns to you and says, "Oh, I wasn't expecting more guests for dinner. There's plenty of seats. Find yourselves." And as you look to the table that's not quite set, there's plates and stuff, but there's no food there. You see this dead-eyed, this woman figure with a dead-eye stare at the other end of the table. Doesn't seem to take any notice of you, and she seems to have like a very gray pale complexion to her skin, and there's like a puddle of like dried blood on the bottom beneath her.
Gross.
Who's that?
What are the hors d'oeuvres?
Oh, that's my boy's fiance.
How long does it look like that? Well, like you said, the blood's dried, so it's been there for a while, right?
Mhm.
Does her body like? Does it look like the
Can-
skin's like started to like shrink around her bones and stuff?
Not quite. It looks like something's going on there, but you're a little bit too far away to see much other than the figure, and then that there's a puddle of what looks to be dried blood underneath, and tattered clothing.
And that's your boy's fiance, you said?
Yes, this is a feast in honor of their upcoming nuptials.
Oh,
Insight.
where is your boy so that we can
Oh,
celebrate or run away?
Absolutely. I'm glad that you are here to celebrate. Hold on one moment. Sergio.
Oh, really bad insight.
Sergio.
Insight. Yeah.
And you hear this
Sergio.
boom,
Oh, come on, man.
boom coming up from the stairs. And yeah, as you see this figure turn the corner, this figure is about 7-8 foot tall, huge beast of a, some might call it a man, and it turns to you and says, meat.
I just grab Tor. Oh, gross.
Abomination.
And Tom, and I pull us backwards out through the door, and I say, Ani, let's go.
Meat.
It's gross.
Go out the door.
Well,
Yeah, I yank
well,
back
Yeah,
out the door.
Yeah, I don't
If
fight
can
you. Yeah,
do
I don't.
that.
okay.
Vincent position.
Hold on. As you guys leave the door, I will let you leave the door, put your position up to your movement speed, and then you'll need to roll initiative.
1, 2.
Oh, I can't
my
wait.
speed at 30.
By the way,
Yeah,
Kendall's
we're
been in here
stopped
the
at
whole time.
door.
You would stopped at the door. Okay.
Meanwhile, with Kindle.
I forgot to bring Kendall in.
Yeah, I'm gonna move
He's been scouting around.
much
Yes.
the time.
Yes, I know. That's why we're setting up right now.
Okay.
So
right.
we're gonna roll initiative right now. Well, actually, let's do that at the beginning of next session. Let's wrap it up. That's about our time. It's 10:35. So
Oh, I just rolled it.